Well, good morning, gang. I've decided we're going to go to Orange County today and hang out with Breck because there's something down there at a university that I want to see. I've read about it for quite a while and I said, you know what, we're going to do it today. So we're going to get Jaw ready to rock and head out of here. Daze with Jordan the Lion, going to Orange County. Well, good morning, senor. I have a little surprise for you today. You're gonna see one of your buddies. Yep, you're going too. Well, you feel like we've went back into the 1950s. Kinda have. What we're gonna check out today is one of the more unlikely places for Breck and I to be hanging out. Check out the heart-shaped shutters. And though it's probably worthy of a vlog, we are not vlogging this house that has a lighthouse in front of it. Though it is cool. Well, here we are. Today's vlog actually takes place on the campus of Cal State Fullerton. Let's go check it out. So what we're gonna see today is actually something that's been at this campus university for, well, I think since 1987. This was originally at the Cypress Hills Cemetery, and I'm gonna tell you why they moved it from there to here when we get there. Well, we're actually here to see two things. The first one, and the briefest of the two, is there used to be a model ship. The model ship got damaged, and instead of destroying all of it, they removed just the tip over here. And there it is. So they have it on display here at CSUN. But what we actually were really coming here for, the main deal for this, is right over there. Well, what we came to see today is what they call the Fallen David. Now, what happened here is, now I think I said this came here in 87. It actually fell in 87. See, this was originally at Cypress Hill, or Cypress Cemetery, and during the Whittier Narrows earthquake that Breck was just telling me he experienced, this fell, and mainly because of the age, something this big, when it fell, they got lucky. Usually it would fall into like many pieces. This one actually only fell into 8 pieces. So they obviously couldn't use it at the cemetery, so one of the art professors here, Donald Lagerberg, just without asking anybody, called up Forest Lawn and said, hey, can we have it to display here at CSUN? And he said, you know, I just figured I'd rather get it and then have to deal with the administration after. So he said he requested it, and to his surprise there were like 18 schools requesting to have this David. Now, what's so special about this David is that this particular one, though it was a recreation, it was considered one of the most accurate ones to the Michaelangelo David. And not only that, even though it was made 400 years after the original David, this same one was made from the same exact marble, from the same exact quarry they said that the original one that Michaelangelo made was. So it's kind of special. So what's interesting is the Forest Lawn looked at all the proposals for what people wanted to do with this statue, and they ended up liking this idea the best, so they gave the rights to it to CSUN. So in 1989 it was moved here to CSUN, put on this hill, which you would think by looking at it looks like a natural hill, but he said it's very far from the truth. In fact, they had to create this hill out of rebar. So he said, though it looks like a real hill, it is actually a fake hill, and every single piece is rebarred into a structure underneath it. Now, one of the funny legends is that, as you can tell, we're looking at the old derriere right here. It's tradition when students have exams or they have finals, it's tradition when walking by here that you're supposed to come and rub the butt. So there's probably many handprints on it. But this was an identical, same height, same everything, and they said it's kind of weird because a lot of people don't realize that it was actually Michaelangelo. As much as this is known for being like a historical masterpiece, it has a lot of flaws, like design flaws. Like they said, normally you never ever make a statue top heavy compared to the feet, but in this case Michelangelo made David to be kind of bulkier, because usually David was never depicted as an adult as he is here in his 20s. Normally he was always depicted as kind of a smaller teen or even younger. So you can tell here that basically the leg was broken into 3 different parts. The feet were broken off at the ankles. Here you've got the midsection, there's another leg, and then basically from the whole waist up is the main part of what's now called the Sea-Sun Fallen David. And you know how they actually won this? What it was that Dr. Lagerberg said that really won them over is he said he felt something like this, being of Greek or Roman descent, should be displayed as such. It should be displayed as a topple relic in ruins, the way you would see it in Rome. But he said he felt that it being a piece of art, that it should also be displayed and out for people to touch and learn from. So that was actually what won them over. So here you can see the feet and the tree behind it. And then here has the history of David. It says David was the youngest of 8 brothers, a shepherd who became a just and courageous king. His reign, which began at 1000 BC and lasted 40 years, was a classic example of practical action based on realism and foresight. He's known for his bravery, moderation, and patience. He was harpist, singer, and poet, and is regarded the author of the Psalms. As a youth, armed only with a sling, David defeated the giant warrior Goliath. The victory over Goliath has become a symbol of youthful courage and success against overwhelming odds. It also became the inspiration to Michelangelo for the first colossal statue of the Renaissance, David. Now you can see there used to be a placard here that's now missing, and there's another one here that tells the story of Michelangelo. Michelangelo Buonarroti was the first major figure of the Italian Renaissance. The statue was originally commissioned for a position high on the Cathedral of Florence. David, however, had become a patriotic symbol for the courage and justice of Florence, and the statue was instead placed among the people in the Piazza della Signoria. For Michelangelo, David was a vehicle for the expression of Neoplatonic ideal form, beginning his lifelong concern with the dramatic struggle and heroic figures. Yeah, this was actually, that was the one little piece I forgot to mention, was though it was created from the same quarry, the same marble, I think, it was also made in Florence, just like the original. Well, pretty cool little display here at California State Fullerton. Pretty cool. Now, even though Professor Lagerberg is retired now, he spends his time traveling the world and seeing art much like this, but he says he does come back and visit this quite often because he's very proud that he had a hand in getting it here. Well, look at this. Not just your average rock, check this out. They got a little plaque here that says Bedrock Mortars from Orange County. These grinding holes mortars were made by Indians while preparing food. Acorns were pounded into meal by using oblong stones. Bedrock mortars were used in Orange County between approximately 200 BC and 1750. Museum of Anthropology. So they're just not coasters for your drink, folks. And then we notice there's another little plaque over here as well. Oh, it says the first Valencia orchard in California was planted here in 1880 by R.H. Gilman on the property of Placentia Fruit Company. Huh. I think we can leave the campus now. I think we're being followed. Well, Breck, you said you've been on this campus before. You had no idea those were here. What did you think? Was it worth it? Were you impressed by the story there, or what?
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, I never knew that any of that stuff was here. I've been on campus a couple times, but never really got a chance to wander around. This was a lot of fun. And it's been since 1989 those have been there, so it's kind of crazy they've lasted that long. They said the weather does deteriorate them a little bit, little cracks here and there forming, but kind of cool to see they've lasted that long. Marble's pretty resilient stuff.
Well, as we're leaving, we saw this sign of our solar system. Oh, that's a nice touch. That frog on the side of the house, gotta love it. Massive frog find here. Alright, I think I want to go get that haircut today that I tried to do yesterday. I think I want to see if we can get that accomplished. I do always love coming by this. This is such a great mural. Cosmic Love. Well, hopefully we'll have a good day here at the barber shop. I usually get a pretty good cut here. All right, we got the haircut, and I think it actually looks pretty good. It's always a successful trip when you can look down at the hair they've cut off, and I can see that there's no white or no gray yet, so I'm still feeling young, so looks pretty good, I think. You don't really have these concerns because you don't have hair. No offense. When you live in Los Angeles, the threat of getting your car towed is serious, because it's a couple of $100s to get it out. If they tow you, I mean, just for the first day is a couple of $100, so it's kind of cool to see somebody out here trying to help out if your car was towed. They're helping with a little evidence that might help you get cleared. I have wrongly gotten my car towed, and then I have absent-mindedly gotten my car towed, so I've been on both sides of it. Hey, this place is beautiful. Look at that. The architecture, the flowers, everything. Man, that's great. You know, yesterday I mentioned that thing about the rainbow umbrellas, and when I came home, I started reading and looking around on Google, and sure enough, I did find where there were articles where they believe that the rainbow umbrellaed fruit carts are like basically people being human trafficked, like being forced to work there to pay off debts or something to that effect. So I wasn't too far off. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know, you know. Man, it is a hot one today. This is the second shirt that I've sweat all the way through. I'll probably have to put on a third shirt today. It's kind of cool that they have a Carole King musical. I did a vlog on her Tapestry house, so if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about Carole King's history, you should go watch that. I'm sure this is an amazing musical. I mean, her music is just second to none. So many hits. If you like sweets, this is a good alternative to a candy bar. I like these. I think they taste good, and they have tons of protein. So the battle mat has been laid out. He's ready to fight. As soon as I laid it out, you jumped down. You know exactly what this means, don't you? Yep, stretching for the fight. That's not a fight. That's not a fight. If I grab the back leg, that always kind of instigates a fight, doesn't it? Like that? Like that, huh? You gonna bite the hand? Which hand are you gonna bite? You're not gonna bite anybody. You're not gonna hurt anybody. You're not gonna hurt me. Let me have the hand. Ah! Well, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see that statue and hearing the crazy story about how it ended up there. If you'd like to help support this channel, check out the links in the description box below. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, and goodbye.